Okay. We have Luz Elena, Alejandra, Felix, Belisario, Fernando.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Who else? I don't know who's missing.
Girl.
Okay.
A girl is missing.
Sorry?
A girl.
Okay, could you please remind me who is in your group, Belisario?
Felix and Fernando Campo.
Oh, Fernando Campos. Do you have the presentation over there in order to share it? Hello. Do you have the presentation or do you want me to upload it?
No, I think maybe if you could upload it, please, because Fernando has all organized at the end. He organized all. I have a part because each student have one part, and not at all exactly.
But there is a word, text.
Yeah, we have to put together all. Fernando put all together in order to send it. In order to send it.
I don't have it with me because I'm using other computer. JAIRO.
Yes. No, don't worry. I have it.
Thanks. All right. Excellent.
I have it. I already have it. I am opening it. Opening.
¿Sin azúcar, cierto, amor?
Sí, señor, sin azúcar.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Todos queremos sin azúcar.
I am on a diet.
I'm so sorry, my man. I'm cooking for my wife. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry.
It's a virtual coffee.
Okay.
Todos necesitamos un café.
Yes, at this point, everybody needs it. Okay, so could you please start? This is Belisario, Fernando, and Felix.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so how are you going to present this? How are you going to explain this? So who is going to start? Let me know.
All right. The first part was Belisario's work. So Belisario, go ahead if you like.
Teacher, can you go down, please? Okay, the first sentence was, when first the fox saw the lion.
Sorry.
That is sentence number 1. So here's the first one. And the first part is an adverb phrase, because when is an adverb, and then there's another adverb that is first.
Very good.
Then a noun phrase comes a noun phrase because it has a determiner and a noun. And then comes the verb phrase or the verbal phrase. The verb is so, then it's included there, the noun phrase, because there's a determiner and noun, that is the lion, and it's included there in the verbal phrase. Then comes the second sentence that starts with noun phrase, because there's a pronoun that is he, and then comes the verbal phrase that is divided in three parts. The verbal phrase number 1 is was. The verb is was. Then comes the adjective phrase that is included there. There's an adverb, terribly, and an adjective that is frightened. Then comes the conjunction in the middle to add the two sentences, or the two verbal sentences. Two verbal phrases that are, the two verbal phrases. And then comes the verb ran in past, and it's included there, and an adverb phrase. The adverb is away, and then and then comes the conjunction to add the two verbal phrases here, the second one and the third one. And this is the last phrasal verb that it starts with hid, that is the passive hide. Then comes a noun phrase because there's a pronouns himself. Then comes a preposition phrase. The preposition is in. And finally a noun phrase because there's a determiner and the noun that is would. That is the end of the second sentence. Of
Okay.
the second phrase.
I have changed something here. I have to tell you that you have two little mistakes in here.
Really?
The first one, yes, the first one has to do with this because you don't have an adverb here. I mean, in this case, run away is
A phrasal verb.
a phrasal verb.
Yeah.
So you don't
good.
have. So you don't have to separate it, right? So it is a verb. Just for you to take into account. And here, I think that you have a mistake just in the arrow, because this noun phrase, remember, that it is connected to the preposition, it must be from the prepositional phrase. Yes? So it is in this way. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally understand.
Only two mistakes here, but okay. This one is more like, oh, okay. Go ahead. This is another case, you see? Pass by is like the expression. Okay, so please continue. Yeah.
Okay, the third sentence. First, we have an adjective phrase because the first one is an adjective, next, and a noun. And that is time. Then comes an adverb phrase. The adverb is however, then a noun phrase. There's a pronoun, he, and then comes the verbal phrase. The verb is came, then the prepositional phrase. Preposition is near, then a noun phrase, determiner, and noun that is kin. Okay, then a preposition that is off in the middle, and finally a noun phrase. A noun phrase. Something here. It's a noun phrase. There's a noun, the beast.
The king.
Oh, the king. Yeah, the king. The beast becomes to the next sentence. So on sentence number 4. Yeah.
But sorry for the interruption, but here remember again this noun phrase that it is beast. It belongs to the preposition. Oh, okay. So it has to. Oh. But you know what? This is a prepositional phrase and it is near the king. Of beast?
No, kin.
The king of beasts. Okay, right. Yes, it is great. Yeah. So continue, please.
Okay, and the second, the sentence number 4 starts with a noun phrase. It's a pronoun, he, and then comes the verbal phrase that is divided in three parts. The first part is verbal phrase number 1. The verb is stopped. Then prepositional phrase, that is preposition is ought. And then a noun phrase, determiner, a, adjective, safe, a noun that is distance. And then in the middle comes a conjunction to add the two verbal phrases here. And then the second verbal phrase starts with the verb washed. Then a noun phrase because there's a pronoun him.
Yeah.
And finally the last phrase of verb number 3 because there's a verb here that is passed by.
Okay. Very good. So let's continue.
And now it's Fernando's turn.
There you go. Let's continue sentence number 5. The third time they came near one another. That's the sentence number 5. So we have an adjective phrase with a determiner, the adjective third, and a noun time. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we have a noun phrase with a pronoun which is they. And then we have the verbal phrase with a verb, came, and a prepositional phrase with the preposition near, and the noun phrase with the pronoun one another. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, great. So let's continue. Sentence number 6. I need you to go down. Very good.
Please.
All right. Number 6. The fox went straight up to the lion and passed the time of the day with him. Sentence number 6.
Okay.
Noun phrase, the fox. Determining the noun fox. Now, verbal phrase, we have 2 verbal phrases with a conjunction. The first verbal phrase is made up with a verb, which is went, an adverb phrase, straight up, and a prepositional phrase. The preposition is to, and the noun phrase, the determinant be, and the noun lion. Shh, please, silence, please. All right. Now, conjunction, and the second verbal phrase composed by a verb, which is past, a noun phrase with a determiner, the, and a noun time, and 2 prepositional phrases. The first one is made up of a preposition of and a noun phrase, the day, the determinant and the noun, the day, of the day. And the second prepositional phrase is made up of a preposition with and a pronoun, him.
I will say that here you need a noun phrase as well. Remember that a pronoun cannot emerge from the sentence or the prepositional phrase without a noun phrase as you did in here.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, I got
So
it.
you need this noun phrase here and then the pronoun.
Another noun phrase in the second prepositional phrase. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Always,
Okay.
always. A prepositional phrase always has a noun phrase. Yeah, and I can see the same mistake in here.
Got it. Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Now, the sentence number 7, the fox was asking. I wrote the fox was to understand what the noun phrase, I mean, the subject.
You are saying that it's omitted. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's omitted. Yeah, just to understand the whole phrase.
That's a very good, let's say, analysis, because sometimes when it is omitted, it's better to say. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I did it because of that. So the omitted noun phrase is the fox, right? And the auxiliary verb, which is omitted, was. Now, asking him how his family were and when he should have the pleasure of seeing him again. So that's the whole thing is a verbal phrase. The verb asking. Now, a noun phrase with a pronoun him. And then we go next on the verbal phrase number 1 and verbal phrase number 2, which are with a conjunction in the middle. The first one is an adverb, how, and a noun phrase with the pronoun his and the noun his family. The conjunction and the second verbal phrase is below. So,
sorry. Something happened here.
All right, so we got here the second verbal phrase with an adverb, when, with a noun phrase with the pronoun he, and verbal phrase with a modal auxiliary verb, should, and the aspectual auxiliary verb, have. The noun phrase is composed by the determinant, the, and the noun pleasure. And the prepositional phrase with the preposition of, and the adverb phrase. Wow, this is too long. I'm gonna breathe a little. Now phrase with the pronoun seen. Is that a noun? Seen? Because I doubt about it, but
No, but in this case,
wrote,
it's a verb.
it's a verb seen because I look in the dictionary and it's in the act of seeing, the act of see something.
The
El
thing
acto
is,
de ver algo.
yes.
That's why I wrote noun, but I wasn't sure.
Okay, it could be a noun. It could be, but actually, it is seen because it is after the preposition of, and when you have the preposition, it is going to change to ing always, but still,
Okay.
it is a verb
Because
still.
yeah, because I saw the noun, the act of seeing something. So I understood that the pleasure of seeing something, it was a noun. Anyway, okay, I got that wrong. So we got here what we got here.
Teacher, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
go
so
ahead.
sorry to interrupt you, Fernando. It's just that Lisette Gamboa just texted me and she said that she's in the ER with her daughter, so she won't be here tonight.
So please tell her if it is possible that I need the self-evaluation form tonight because I have to give you the final grade tonight.
Okay, good.
It is in the section.
Okay,
It is here in the section
good. Teacher.
assessment, I think. Let me see. Something happens with my computer.
Okay.
I don't know. Something happens with my computer. But there is an assessment and there is the form and she has to upload the form today. By the way, everybody has to do it. It is very simple, but you have to do it today. Okay?
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you.
Be after the class
Okay, good.
or right now?
It could be in a moment.
In a moment. Yeah.
In a moment.
Once I finished.
Okay, so continue, Fernando. Sorry.
So no problem. So here we got a verb. So it's not a noun. It's not a noun phrase, right?
For me,
A
it is
verbal
a verb.
phrase with a verb seen and a noun phrase with a pronoun he. Is that right?
Yes.
And then the adjective, the adverb, sorry, which is again. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's continue.
Yeah,
Sentence
please.
number 8. I got this short sentence. Then turning his tail. Is that right? Is a sentence itself? Could be?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. So sentence number 8. And now adverb phrase with the adverb then. Then we got.
But I would say that this sentence is connected to this one.
Okay.
So they belong to the same sentence. Okay.
Okay, got it. Okay. So we got the verbal phrase with the verb turning, noun phrase with the pronoun his and the noun tail. Now, we continue with the phrase, so he parted from the lion without much ceremony. We got the noun phrase with the pronoun he and the verbal phrase with the verb parted, and two prepositional phrases. From the lion, the first one, and without much ceremony, the second one. The first one, the preposition from, the noun phrase, determining the noun lion. And the second prepositional phrase, the preposition without, and an adjective phrase with the adjective much and the noun ceremony. Is that right?
Yeah.
How you see it? Great, excellent, because we did it like 5 times. We corrected these trees, long trees, like 5, 6 times. So happy about it. And what's next? The next part, this is Felix's job. The phonetical analysis is Felix's job.
Well, I took this from link suggested, and what I did was translated this first one against this test below here, right here. Well, this is the sign for the phonetical signs or symbols Do you want to read or what exactly? Do you want to read?
Yes, read it.
Okay, so when first the fox saw the lion, he was terrified, frightened, and ran away and hid himself in the wood. Next time, however, he came near the king of beasts. He stopped at the safe distance and watched his pass by. The first time they came near one another, the fox went straight up the lion and passed the time of day with him, asking him how his family were, and when he should have the pleasure of seeing him again. Then turning his tail, he parted from the lion without much ceremony. This was parted. Okay, sorry.
Okay. So let's continue.
Well, this is the soul. She is the bird is in present, simple present, and the past. Inflection, the tense is one of this focus. Okay, was is talking about the verbs in present and the was inflection tense. Terrified is the derivation, word class, adjective to an adverb. Yes, it is really a derivation. Fight comes from fright. That this is the first suffix, the first one and suffix, I think, and the second one, I don't remember this part, is suffix and suffix, prefix and suffix. Is formulated to for derivation.
Is the root, Felix?
What?
Felix is the root, fright, the
Okay.
base, fruit, the root or the
Okay,
base?
the root. Yes,
Right.
sorry, I forgot that. The root. The first one is the root, and the second is the
root.
The root. Exactly. Sorry, the expression. And go down, please. Thank you. Well, talking about the run, the verbs run in inflection tense is like talking about a verb. Run is a movement verb, I think. Hide, the past is, I don't know, the pronunciation is hit in inflection tense. Hit. Himself is now reflection. Also is a hint in reflective verb inflections, objective pronouns, and reflective pronouns. Come came from inflection tense also. Bit is like the plural of an noun, inflection, singular to plural. In this case, the first one is singular, the second part is plural. Stop with the verb. That this verb has a characteristic that is it's only, like I say, it is take WP because it's only a sound. It's a syllable verb. Or, I mean that have only one sound. Stop it. Inflection tense. And watch is the verb watch. Watch. The inflection tense, and came inflection tense as well. And talking about our here, please. The verbs in present and the past inflection tense, the same thing like as want. Asking is a verb that they take in ing, gerund, and inflection tense, where is a verb in present and past, regular verb. Inflection tense, seen, taken at the ing, also gerund, derivation of noun verb to noun, word class change. For example, turning, well, this ing, added, and parent. Part is an inflection tense is before one. This is the second one also. Parent, inflection tense. Without this, and a preposition. Without the derivation, change of meaning, because it's the opposite of the with. excuse me, with is taking a part of the root. The first one is a part, I think, and the second is like a derivation change of meaning. It takes parts of the first one. But I have a doubt here about the with. With, the opposite is without, yeah, perfect. Is that
The opposite, totally
Yeah.
opposite.
the opposite, yeah,
It's a
the opposite
derivation.
one. Derivation.
With.
Okay, go down, please. And
Down,
finally,
that's all.
it's okay, that's all. That's it.
Okay. So how do you find this kind of exercises?
Quite interesting. Yeah, it's like you have to invest time, right? You have to like pay attention and do it properly. It's not easy, but the syntactical analysis is quite the first time you do it is quite confusing, right?
Yeah.
But once you get used to it, you can do it. You can do it all right.
But now you can say that you understand the language a little bit more, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes, totally,
much
totally.
more.
That's the
This
objective.
is,
That's great.
this is a nice exercise because it measures you the capacity to extract the structure or to make a structure of a long sentence as and a short sentence as well.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
That's
very
very,
interesting.
yeah,
Very
that's
nice.
very true.
It was
Okay, guys.
it
Sorry?
was so interesting, and it was hard at the beginning. With the second class, it was better.
Yeah.
We could understand more, and yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
So
okay,
we
guys.
just need a grade, a good grade.
Okay, so
High, very high.
talking about grades. I don't know what happens. Okay, great. I don't know what happens to my computer today. Okay. Yes, I know what happens, but this is a piece of. Okay, so you know what. So I cannot enter. I cannot do anything. I'm going to do this thing. Sorry. Okay, so could you please enter Felix, Fernando, and Belisario? Enter to the web page, to here, to the assessment, and fill in. I don't know what happens with this thing.
Assessment, and then go where? Evaluation.
There is a file, a Word file that says
Yeah.
self-evaluation.
Yeah, right. I got
Below
it.
the self-evaluation, fill in the form and send it to the assignment that it is below.
Okay, it's below. Yeah, I saw it.
Everybody
Perfect.
has to do the same because this is the self-evaluation.
We can do it right now. It's okay. We do it right now.
Sorry, can you hear me? Hello. Hello, can you hear me?